Alright, so today we're going to be reacting to tate. Disrespects Mexicans, Latino community reacts. Let's see if this is a real video. Oh, thumbnail says F all these people. Or is it? Oh, I gotta do it on this phone. Give me a second. What's a 12-minute video? Hopefully it's... I'm reacting to a reaction of it. Or maybe I can just react to the video itself if I don't find the reaction part. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Until I find out for sure. Okay, let's watch.
Mi gente, boys coming through once again before we continue. Salud, mi gente, boys coming through once again before we continue with this video. Do not forget to hit the like, subscribe to the channel for those been showing love and support. I do highly appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Special shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you for taking the extra step. One influencer at one point, right? Step to support the channel. Muchas gracias. Now, in today's video, we're gonna talk about Andrew Tate. Who's that guy? I just know a little bit about this guy. I know that he was a well-known influencer at one point, right? At one point.
Yeah.
Because of how he speaks. He's very outspoken, right? He talks about things that maybe some people can't relate to and other things that are going to get other people upset. I mean, and that's why I guess he made it on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. He was on throughout social media, right? Then eventually he came across some legal troubles in where he's being accused of human trafficking, and he's also has been accused of charges, right? I don't know what he did, but for what I know, I believe he went somewhere in where he cannot be extradited. I think that's the case, right? I think it's not the case. If that's not the case, let me know in the comment section. So this guy has always been outspoken. He's been MIA from social media. I don't think he's getting the same traction that he had at one point. Because once he got locked up, like he lost that, right? You have to be consistent with the content, man. If not, sometimes people just forget about you. So this individual came out, which we're gonna play his clip, and started respecting the Mexicans. In a way, he did, man. He did. He was. So this individual came out, which we're gonna play his clip, and started respecting the Mexicans. In a way, he did, man. He did. He was basically saying that everybody was within Central America, Southern America was all Mexicans, and then
that's not true.
The U.S. should just take their stuff and F them. Simple as all. Just plain and simple, right?
No way.
See, he's coming with those statements because Donald Trump made a statement to, I believe, Fox News, and where he's basically saying that the next is going to be Mexico, right? It's in plans. They're going to go over there. They're going to go after the cartel people, even though they don't know who's who, man. If you know what I'm talking about, if you live in Mexico, you don't know who's who. It's not like they're walking around with signs that says cartel. It's not like you can identify them like a gang member in the States, right? Like there's a way they dress, there's a way they speak, there's a way they act and stuff like that. And there's a place where they hang around, right?
Yes, they don't do it
honest. But when it comes to going after the cartel, it could be a grandpa, it could be a young grandson, it could be somebody, right? You never know who it is.
Or just normal person.
Until you see them in action, right? That's when they're inside vehicles, all strapped up, ready to go to war. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're gonna know who they are. But other than that, they just blend in with society, and then eventually, when it comes down to put in some work, they come out at night and do whatever they have to do. Well, once this statement was put out there by the president of the U.S., the president of Mexico said, "Nah, U.S. is not coming to Mexico. We'll work together, but that's about it." I mean, there have been talks about this before, and we have said no, right? So we can speak, and can you imagine if that was to happen? If the U.S. was to invade Mexico, would Mexico become the 51st state of the U.S.
I thought you meant like help them with the cartels. No.
If you're a Manchester United fan, you already know. This season has been chaos. Most fan channels are...
I don't know. But what I do know is that it's going to put a lot of people in a bad situation, right? And I'm talking about all the Mexicans who live in the U.S., right? You have a lot of individuals who are straight patriots. You know what I mean? And you cannot blame them. You cannot say nothing bad about them because at the end of the day, man, you were born in the U.S. You have to back up your country. But there's a lot of individuals who understand and know where's the motherland. Respect the motherland. Respect where they came from. And they are willing, like the Himno Nacional say, to fight for the motherland, right? For every Mexican who was born, there's a soldier, right? So they take that to heart. You know what I mean? So it's going to create some chaos in the U.S. if this happened, man. Trust me. If this happened, I don't know if they're going to bring up what they did back in the heart. You know what I mean? So it's going to create some chaos in the U.S. if this happened, man. Trust me. If this happened, I don't know if they're going to bring up what they did back in the... when they went at it with Japan, where they had all the Japanese these encampments. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but never know, man. Never know. Yeah. But now, Andrew Tate came out with this statement. And just listen to this individual because it just shows how ignorant this guy is, man. Even though he talks a good one, just pay attention to this.
Okay. Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 4-5 minutes, get trillions. Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia.
All of it.
Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. Bro, I wish America would just invade Europe. Take Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do?
What the heck is wrong?
What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans? These fucking Mexicans.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico.
And what's your point?
To a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia.
It makes a difference.
America to these fucking South Americans. These fucking Mexicans do.
Look, let me just...
What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans? These fucking Mexicans.
Consequences.
Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and...
Hold up. What are you gonna do with the South Americans?
Nothing. Take their shit, bro.
It's a world.
Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans? These fucking Mexicans.
They're not.
Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico. Just a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Honduras. You're a bunch of Mexicans. If you saw a man from Honduras breaking into your car and you called the police, you'd be like, hey, there's a Mexican breaking into my car. They're Mexicans.
What's your
Leaving it to a bunch of fucking Papacito.
What the fuck?
What are they even doing with these countries? Papacito, Shakira. They got all these countries, all this oil, and you talk to them for 5 minutes, and they're just fucking dancing around. Papacito, it's fucking stupid. Take their shit, ref. Send the army, take their shit.
That's
fuck these people. Man. America should take everyone's shit while it's still capable. While there's a few white guys left, they're the most competent. Send the Delta Force to take absolutely everybody's stuff.
This guy has something wrong.
That's the way the world has always worked.
No, it hasn't.
There's no such thing as international law. There's just violence. And who has the most guns?
Not violence, though.
That's the way everything works.
Peace.
Law isn't real. I've said to you guys for a very long time, law isn't real. It's an empire of lies. The idea of law and order is all made up.
Possibly, but...
Really? He said, F these people, man?
Yeah, exactly.
What's up with that guy talking about Papacito, man? That, by the way, for those who don't know, man, that is actually American. That came from Puerto Rico, right? That's American. Yeah, they speak Spanish, but that came from Puerto Rico. Straight facts, right? Now, the fact that this guy said, F those people, man, I took it, since he had Mexican all over his mouth, he's saying F the Mexicans. Straight up, man. There's no way around it. And I know what he's doing it. He's doing it for cloud. He's just gonna talk nonsense. He don't know what he's speaking on, right? He's mixing Papacito with being with Mexico, Colombia, and stuff like that. But one thing I'll tell you, man, is that not a lot of people want to mess with Mexico. You know?
And your point? That's the other point. I'm like, I don't care about
I do understand that everybody got their point of view.
I believe in the peace.
Everybody.
It's division.
Everybody should mind their own business.
Mess with someone.
All this
is not the way.
Want to take something that don't belong to you.
Let me go back to this point.
People want to mess with Mexico. You know? Colombia and stuff like that. But one thing I'll tell you, man, is that not a lot of people want to mess with Mexico. You know? I do understand that everybody got their point of view. Everybody should mind their own business. All this want to take something that don't belong to you. It's getting out of pocket, right? Of course, none of that's gonna happen. It's just we have this clown right here, this individual with charges, with some crazy ass charges, who is speaking a good one, and who wants to be the tough guy. And I hope he don't come across a Mexican, right? Because I'm pretty sure that Mexican is gonna slap the shit out of that individual, right? It's because of the statement that he's making.
For the night and after. If we fall, just promise you home. You talk to them, you name them, but you gotta feed them too. With Miracle Grow.
First point of view.
I believe it's all about respect, and you respect. It's like they say, man. There's a saying in Mexico.
You have to not
Respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz. Basically, if you respect the right of somebody else, that's gonna equal peace, right? So let them do what they're doing. You do what you're doing, man. Because once I put my nose over there, I mean, even though they didn't call me, that can bring some
what if you don't like him though?
Can bring up some issue, man. I mean, and that's the reality. That's what it is, man. We have this guy Andrew Tate.
What are they doing?
Coming out,
cartels
saying
I'm not saying
F
it's wrong.
Mexicans,
bad people. It's just
calling us F Mexicans, straight up, man.
Yeah, I get it.
And all for what? For cloud? Because to be honest, I don't think this individual actually means that. I mean, I think he's just talking nonsense. You can just see in what he's saying, man.
Erratic manner, yeah.
Then you talk to him and they all of a sudden start dancing. I believe that he'd be watching too many cartoons. I mean, and where you see they always paint somebody from Mexico as arriba, arriba, like somebody who's dancing, right? And it is what it is, right? It is what it is, but we cannot let people come over here on social media, right? Of course, they're not going to come to Mexico. They're not going to the U.S. and go to a Mexican neighborhood.
Culture. But why would
and be respectful like this, right?
Of course.
But we cannot have individuals like this come onto social media and they respect us like that. You know, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get some backlash. And it's just part of the game. It's just about the cloud chasing. It's about the attention that he's going to get by saying some dumb stuff and where he just says, hey, man, let's just go over there and claim that. And that's it, man.
That's true, but
hopefully
it doesn't mean that. You know?
It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. And what gives you the right to do that? There's no right, man. There's no right. And I just thought I should put that out there because we have a lot of individuals. And of course, there's going to be people who's going to listen to this individual and agree with him, right? Because not everybody has that common sense. Not everybody has that common sense. It's very difficult. It's very hard to come across that. I mean, it seems nowadays with all these individuals speaking just because they have a mouth, and once you pay attention to what they're saying, it's like, hold on, what? Not. I mean, it does not make sense, man. So with this being said, man, we're out to the next video. Saludos a todos and happy Saturday.
Strange about it.
We're out.
Be like, oh, his opinion doesn't matter. No, we all have separate opinions. But of course, if he gets into a war, that's his decision. But to to come out and say that you guys are gonna just tell them, you know, not come to the place. It's just like, I don't know what happened to the world. Like, hopefully there's a place where everyone can be, like, united, you know? And that's really sad to me. That none of us are friends, right? But especially males, because they want to be tough. And I'm like, no, it's not the way. We better not uncooperate with each other. We gotta unite, because there's just better things to be doing, like making friends, having fun, working hard, especially working hard. That's what life is. But that's why, even though I don't agree with everything our country does, I'm proud of being from there, because they work hard. You know, it's really, really tough, hard work. And they all do mostly honorable work for the most part. Like especially the people who haven't heard of technology. I think that they maybe have, but like they're not like exactly like going into places and being influencers, and they're also not doing the strange rituals that they used to do. You know, I believe in that kind of stuff in our country, like just freedom to do what you need to do, but also people who get in your way, you have to show them the door, you know? You can't just stand there and wait for them to fix the problem. And I just keep popping on my screen. But the one at the bottom of the screen. But yeah. With freedom of speech. If someone insults me, I don't take it to heart. I just say, don't say it again. And then if they do, then yes, we go to blows. But it's not about that. It's because they get near you and they make you uncomfortable, right? It's not about race, or it's about who they are, like why they're doing it. And sure, prettier people get more better interactions, but it doesn't mean that we have to be like people in general. Like we have to be divided. We all have the right to voice our opinions. And I don't agree with either of their perspectives. I feel like it lies somewhere in the middle, but like in a positive way. But hey, I mean, it's kind of sad that both sides can't take criticism. And it's going to be one of those, maybe one day, you know, like a war, because the cartels versus the army or whatever. And it's sad because that's what they view the situation as. But yeah, I feel like all that propaganda from the influencers, like Big White T said, the influencers that are not positive, they make us look horrible in the views of the, not horrible, but they make us look not disturbing, but like pretty much odd in the eyes of the others. And it makes us like, not others, but odd in the eyes of everyone, including ourselves. But they don't want to admit it, but no one wants to admit it. But it is weird because you see Shakira, like all this weird cults stuff, not cultural, cult stuff, like all this dances for money and clout. That's also money and clout, not just Andrew Tate. So you gotta look at it from both sides. It makes us look bad, but the American looks bad as well for being divisive, and Mexicans as well, or Hispanics, I meant to say, as a whole, not just Mexico, but this is pertaining to Mexico in the country, so I'm like bringing it up a little bit more, because the guy is also Mexican commenting, so I want to be respectful, and also I'm Mexican, so I want to be respectful to myself and the situation. So yeah, let's just be united, over and out. Peace on the Mexican side and the Asian side. I'm not Asian, but you know, let's be international, right? Let's be united to everyone. I used to live in an Asian neighborhood with Asian friends. They were pleasant people. Sure, we didn't view everything the same or views of friendship aren't the same, but you know, I live in a different place, and none of them talk to me now. They don't even come to find me. But if I had the chance to find them, I would. But they would never come to find me. I know that. But if I told them come live with me in New Jersey, they'd be like no. But if they told me come and live in New York with me, I'd say yes. You know, as a work friend, you know, and a roommate. But you know, that's friendship. That's what friendship is. But at least we open the doors to each other's houses, and that's what I feel like people in this and any country should do. We should be more open instead of closing it. Every border should not have borders. The country in the world before anything existed, they didn't have borders. You know what I mean? Let's just do that. I mean, sure, it'd be weird, but it is what it is. The world might be simpler. I don't know. Maybe make something that could work that way. That way, and everyone would be alright. Because everyone would be in different regions. Like a Pokemon game, you can find them everywhere, right? Different trainers from different places. And Pokemon from different places. And they go into different regions. That's why I like that show. Alright, Pikachu. See, you can't be racist when you have a Pikachu and you're Mexican. This is from Japan. Supposedly. So, although it aired in America as well. Later. I explain myself a lot, but I have to. Bye.